one of my favorite colors. It's actually called Barbie.
Hi everyone.
It's kind of like an aqua, mariney, bluish kind of color like Barbie used to wear. And I'm going to do it on the bottom as well. So I've actually worked really hard on creating some colors that don't have any chemicals in them. They're not, you know, full of parabens and things like that that a lot of people have allergies to. Right now I've formulated a bunch of different colors of eyeshadow, but I'm also working on an entire line. So, you know, as I create stuff that I love, you know, I'll introduce that to my shop and, you know, go from there. Okay, so that's about how it's going to look. I'm going to have Barbie at the inner corners. The next thing I'm going to do is I am going to add some Diva. Now Diva is actually one of my deep purples, and I love purple. You can tell when you check out my site, I actually love all the vibrant, brilliant, crazy colors. So come and check it out. And this I'm actually just going to put right next to the Barbie. Just kind of in a straight up and down line. And it doesn't have to be perfect. At this point we are just applying the colors. After I get the colors where I want them, I'm going to blend them, so it's not going to be like Barbie, Diva, you know, it's going to blend into each other very nicely. And then I'm going to put it on the bottom as well, just below where it is on the top. Alright. And finally, I'm adding a little bit of Nymph, and this is more of a, I want to say pinkish purple, but it's kind of a blend of pinks, purples, and then it gives you this color that's just amazing. I don't know, it's one of my favorites. And so this is going to go right on the edges. And then underneath. And this might look a little wild and crazy now, but it won't, trust me. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a blending brush and just where the colors meet, I'm going to go kind of like this and just kind of blend them so that those lines are not so harsh. And then all along the top. And still at this point, it does not have to be perfect. I'm going to be adding a highlighter after I'm done doing this, and so all the, if it's not exactly the perfect shape that you like, don't worry, you can finish it after you get it all done. Okay, and I'm going to add a little bit more Barbie on the inner corners because it's not as intense as I'd like it, so I'm going to add just a little touch more. There, that's better. I really love just crazy vibrant colors. I know some people are afraid about how they'll pull it off, but who cares what people think? If you like it, do it. That's my philosophy. You can't please everyone, and you have to be happy with yourself and do what makes you feel happy. That's better. Okay. So now that that's done, I'm going to go ahead and add my highlight. And for this, I'm going to use Wish. Wish is a beautiful light ivory color that has an after effect of almost a shimmery purple. So it's kind of three-dimensional. It's beautiful. And we're just going to use just a touch. And I like to just put a little dab right under the arch of the brow. And I do that on both sides, and then just kind of windshield wiper it back and forth, and that's going to add like a pretty shimmer. I don't like it when some people do their makeup and the only thing that you can see is highlight, and it's just this vibrant whoosh, frosted line of color. It can work in some situations, but for my own everyday thing, I don't really dig it. So very light on the highlight at the top underneath the entire eyebrow. And then another thing that I like to do is actually, I already have my foundation, my blush, everything on. I like to put a little touch of highlight just at the top of my cheek, and just a little bit, not enough to make it look like a frosted line, but just enough to kind of accent a little bit where the top of your bone is. Just adds a little touch of beauty that I dig. Okay, so the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to use Emo. Now, Emo, all of the shadows that I'm using today can be used dry as just a regular shadow, but they can also be used wet, so you can use them as an eyeliner. Like, imagine just doing a pretty smoky eye and then just doing, a liner of mermaid. How beautiful is that? But today I'm going to actually use Emo, and Emo is a black, a really black. And I don't have it up on my site yet, but I actually have drops that I use to mix with the color to make it stick. You can use just plain water. Plain water works absolutely fine. But because I'm going to be doing a really intense black, I'm going to use some of my mixing drops. They're going to be coming on the site very shortly. I've just been really busy lately, and so I'm trying to get so many things done that I just haven't had a chance to take pictures and get them up. But don't worry, girls, it's coming. Okay, so you just take a little bit of the powder and you mix it in with the mixing drops, and you kind of make not like a thick paste, but kind of like, like if you're going to make use your liquid eyeliner, the way that it's kind of liquid. That's the consistency you want it. You can make it thicker